Hello, Independence House students. That was the theme song from Star Wars. Figured it had to be a pretty good day if we started the day off with a little Star Wars. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to just go through one problem with you in your math book or from your math book, and then you will have the remainder of the time to work on your homework, which will be a submit. And I will also have another video that will help you with those particular problems. But for right now, I would like you to focus on 5-41, which is from our math book. You can just read it off the screen here. You don't have to open up your math book. I'm just going to read with you this problem, kind of work it through with you. And our goal for this is to make a connection between what we know about different portions, about percentages, decimals, and fractions. Because if you can't work with a number as it is, maybe you can turn it into an equivalent fraction or an equivalent decimal or an equivalent percentage and then use it in a way that will be a little more helpful. So here's the problem that we have. You're going to write in your notes 5-41. So make sure you have your notebook open and you write 5-41. Ben and Connor need to calculate 20% of 4 312 thousandths. They started by drawing a generic rectangle. It's not at the right, it's right at the bottom. So the first thing I want you to do right now is copy this generic rectangle. Notice I have one large rectangle, and then to the right of it I have 3 smaller rectangles, and we'll fill that in just a moment. Alright, so one thing that you can't see from here is they wrote 2/10. And the first question is, where is this 2/10 coming from when we look at this problem? And you should recognize that one way that we can write 20% would be as a decimal, which would be 20 hundredths. Or, you know from just talking yesterday that we could just write it as 2/10. If I write that as a fraction, it would be 2/10. So we have a couple equivalent things. We know that 20% is equal to 0.2, which isn't how we really say it. We would say it 2/10, which is equal to 2/10. So in this particular problem, the person who's doing it, which I think is Ben and Connor, they want to write it as 2/10 because they think that's going to be a little bit easier than writing it as 20%. Okay? The next thing we need to do, it says copy their generic rectangle on your own paper and work with your team, that's me, and label the missing dimensions and areas with the fractions. Find the product and then express your answer as a decimal. Okay, so we're doing a lot of things here. The next thing we have to do is represent this number right here. Well, 4 is a whole number, so I'm going to write it as a whole number. Boom. Okay, I know that 3 is in the tenths place, so I would write that 3 as 3/10. The 1 is in the hundredths place, so I would say that's 1/100th. And last but not least, that 2 is in the thousandths place, so that's equivalent to 1/1000ths. Okay, so really we're reviewing here not only how to make a decimal into fractions, but we're reviewing the place values, the tenths, the hundredths, the thousandths. So this is one way that we could write out the problem. This, you also may have heard this in the past as expanded form. This is an example of expanded form. Now the next thing that we have to do is we have to find the area of each of these rectangles. We have 4 rectangles and we have to find the area. I know we can find the area by taking the base, which is right here, times the height. And in this case, the height for all 4 of these rectangles is going to be this 2/10. Okay? So I'm going to put my work inside of here if I have enough room, which I do in this particular case. I know we have 2/10 for the height, and I need to multiply that times the base. And you may say, wait a second, Ms. Stalick, how do we write 4 as a fraction? Some of you may think that you would write it as 4/4, but that would be incorrect because that would be equivalent to 1. We need this whole number to be written as a fraction and still be equal to 4. So I would write 4/1. And then you know this really well. You know that when we're multiplying out a fraction times a fraction, I just multiply across. So 2 times 4 is 8, and 10 times 1 is 10. So here's my answer to the area of this spot. Okay? One reason why we're finding a fraction that's less than 1 is because, remember, we're multiplying a whole number, which is fine, times a fraction less than 1. So we're going to get a smaller answer than 4. The next thing I want to do is right underneath here, I'm going to also write the decimal equivalent. Okay? 8/10 would be equivalent to 0.8. Okay? Now we're moving on to this particular rectangle, and I'm going to kind of squish, actually I'm going to write probably my information underneath, just because I'm afraid if I try to fit it in here, we're not going to have enough room. So the area of this, I'm going to put a little arrow so that I know the area of this is 2/10, because that's the height of this rectangle. The base of it, right here, this base is going to be the same as this. So we're going to take 2/10 times 3/10. And if we multiply across, we know that 2 times 3 is 6, and 10 times 10 is 100. So this would be our answer right here for the area. I'm going to put the answer in here of this rectangle. But wait, we have to write it as a decimal. Well, if I think about my place value, I know that the first place right after the decimal is the tenths. The second place value is the hundredths. And this is telling us that we have 6 hundredths, so I would write it as 0.06. You with me so far? Hopefully. If not, please feel free to back this up and rewatch it. We are moving on to our next rectangle right here, which is going to be, I'm going to put my work over to the side, which is going to be 2/10 times 1/100th. You're going to multiply across, and when you multiply across, you're going to find that 2 times 1 is 2, and 10 times 100 is going to be 1,000. In case you were wondering how I knew that so fast, well, I'm really smart. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that smart. I know that 1 times 1 is 1, and then I just add up how many zeros we have here, which these zeros look kind of pathetic, so I'm going to make them look a little better. All right, so now this is our answer. We have 2 over 1,000. But wait, we can write that as a decimal. And I know that we talked about this is the tenths, this is the hundredths. This right here, my friends, are the thousandths place, and I have 2 of them, so I would write it as 0.002. We're getting there. Now we have to find the area of this right here. I'm going to put my work right here. Again, we have 2/10, because that's the height of this rectangle. And now the base, we know, is 2. I screwed up here, I notice. Right here, I don't know if I said it right or not, but this is in the thousandths place, so I should have another place value. So I apologize for that. So I have 2/10, which is the height, times the base, which is 2 1,000ths. I think I might have said it right, but I wrote it wrong, so I apologize for that. Make sure you go back and write it correctly. 2 times 2 is 4, and 10 times 1,000 is going to be 10,000. Otherwise known as 1 with 4 zeros. Okay? And if we have to figure out the place value for that, this is the tenths, this is the hundredths, this is the thousandths, right here would be the 10,000ths. So I'm going to write 4 10,000ths, and that would be, I better change my color, it would be 0.0000 4. Okay, we have one last thing to do. We have to add all these up. And hopefully you remember from past math classes that when we're adding decimals, we need to line up our decimals. Okay, so if I start with this decimal, I'm going to have 0.8. Right above it, I'm going to write the next one, which is 0.06, excuse me. I could add a 0 here. And above it, I'm going to put 0.002. Fill in my zeros here. And then above that, I'm going to have 0.0004. And notice that I have lined up all my decimals, and now the only thing I have to do is add those up. So in my 10,000ths column, I have a 4. In my thousandths column, I have a 2. In my hundredths column, I have a 6. And in my tenths column, I have an 8. So here is the answer as a decimal. So I know, going back to the original problem, 20% of 4 and 312 thousandths would be this answer right here, which is 8,624 10,000ths. That is a mouthful. The point of this is so that we recognize the connections between decimals and fractions. This problem could be hard to multiply out as a decimal, but when we change them into fractions, it really wasn't that bad. So that is your little lesson for today. Your homework tonight will be to do the review and preview, or preview and review of this section, and I will have a video that helps walk you through those problems.